Just a week to Zanu PF conference, Farai Marapira, the Director of Information, comes and says the succession issue is not going to be on the agenda. Let us take a look.
Well, to educate the generality of Zimbabweans, succession is dealt with at Congress. We are not going to Congress. We have Congress in 2027. We are going to a conference. And the issue of succession is not an issue within Zanu PF. If you look, most of the purveyors of this succession issue are known not to be members of Zanu PF. They are known not to be within the structures of Zanu PF. So as Zanu PF, we will not allow a conversation to be imported into the party. We are going to conference to continue with checking up on the mandate which we received from the people in 2023. We all know that the issue is the economy. The people of Zimbabwe voted for President Mnangagwa so that he could continue taking Zimbabwe on a positive economic trajectory. And this is what we will be focused on. Resolution number 1 actually speaks to the fact that succession is not yet a conversation, because resolution number 1 speaks to the perpetuation of the current. So you cannot perpetuate the current and talk of succession at the same time. So if anything, resolution number 1 states that there is no succession conversation within Zanu PF, because resolution number 1 speaks to the perpetuation of the current. The relationship between the president and his 2 vice presidents is a relationship of brotherhood. These are people who have been in the trenches for the independence of Zimbabwe. You know, they've faced death and they've sacrificed along others for this country to be free. So all this talk of animosity, all this talk of hatred and fighting, these are just narrow agendas by other parties trying to bring, hoping, actually not trying to, but hoping to bring alarm and despondency within our rank and file. But our party members know how communication cascades. So this is excitable news to non-members of the party, but to the members of the party coming to conference, especially our delegates, these are non-events and these are non-issues, because everyone in the party knows how we communicate. And there is no such thing. So as a party, we are solid behind President Mnangagwa.
So it's very interesting to see Farai Marapira coming with a narrative. This is not true. Succession is going to be at the center of the upcoming conference. Number 1, I just want to thank him for acknowledging that they are going to be talking about resolution number 1. And resolution number 1, it speaks about Mnangagwa continuing to 2030. If Mnangagwa and Chiwenga are in agreement, why is Chiwenga not speaking, supporting the 2030 agenda? Why is it causing so much confusion? The reason why there is so much confusion is because General Chiwenga himself is not supporting the 2030 agenda. So that perpetuation is talking about, it's not supported by General, which means General is talking about succession. He's saying, I'm not going to agree with you going to 2030 because I must get in, I must succeed you in 2028, 2027. I must take over the reins. Probably Mnangagwa will have to leave in 2027, leave Chiwenga to run the country just for a few months before the election, and then they go for the 2028 election. That is what Team Chiwenga want right now, which means you cannot avoid the issue of succession. We are going to see that there's going to be pursuit of the resolution number 1. They will try by all means possible to reinforce it, and there is a likelihood that is going to be opposed. Team Chiwenga is going to fight back because they believe that Mnangagwa's time is come and is gone. You know, Zanu PF has been corrupt for a very long time. VP Chiwenga never confronted Emerson and these people in terms of corruption in the past. This is the first time we are seeing it in Politburo happening, and it's everywhere. Zanu PF confirms it. We are seeing Mliswa coming in to attack VP Chiwenga. We are seeing everybody taking positions. We are also seeing people like Mana Energy Mchodi coming with dossiers, intimidations being thrown at them, withdrawing their statements. It's a matter of succession. So they are asking each other, which camp are we going to belong to? Are we going to belong to the general's camp, or are we going to belong to the Mafidis camp? So to try and dismiss this whole issue, to me, I do not see the reason and the logic. But okay, what is going to happen is this conference, which is coming, there are going to be pressures because we already have interest groups. So different camps, the other one aligned to Mnangagwa and the other one aligned to Chiwenga, they are going to press for influence because this is the time for endorsements. This is the time for signals to be sent. So we are looking at this conference. This conference, it's embedded in factionalism. It's embedded in succession issues. People are talking about 2028. People are talking about Mnangagwa leaving power. That is succession, whether you like it or not. So you don't dictate what happens. There are things which happen naturally, whether you like it or not. So we are looking at a point where Mnangagwa's legitimacy is now being questioned, even within Zanu PF. His legitimacy is now being questioned because you want to go to 2030. There are people who are asking, Waka win an election Kupi. How did you become president from Mugabe? That is a legitimacy issue. So people are going to demand that that issue get resolved and resolved for good. So there is no longer an issue to joke about or to play with. But Farai is right. Farai is trying to downplay the issue, is trying to make the issue look the other way. But it won't change anything. So we are looking at this whole issue. There are reshuffles which are happening. Why are you running reshuffles to the people who are opposing the 2030 agenda? There are people who have the democratic right to say, we do not agree with your faction to go to 2030. We want to go to 2028. It's their right. Then they are being reshuffled, they are being removed, they are being intimidated. Everything is happening. You are hiring people, buying people, and the military is being bought. Everything is happening. And then you tell us that there is no succession to talk about. Chemba Mliswa said, the person who is rolling out everything is Kuda, which means Mnangagwa want to leave Kuda in charge. So 2030 Kure, Panyadzi ripo ground as of now. Mnangagwa himself, Kuda Kwashe himself, and Zigananda. They are saying 2030 Kure. Something and anything can happen in between. So this confusion at 2030, all this confusion is to make sure, is to make others resist. When they resist, they get paid, and then they appoint their own people in time. If anything happens, they know that they are safe because they don't trust team general, because they think and believe kuti my general achada kuita revenge. So to do revenge, my general achata make sure kuti munhu wese ari involved pakuparara kwema general asungwa. So kusungwa kuchaitwa ma general, kuchaitwa vanhu vakaparadza ma general, it means that they are going to lose everything and anything they have. They are going to be useless. They are going to be silenced. Some of them will be in exile. So you can't downplay such an issue like that. You can't. There is already destabilization in Zanu PF. Zanu PF is not stable. Zanu PF is actually collapsing as we speak right now, because people are communicating differently. People are speaking in different tones and different languages. So it doesn't matter how it's going to look like, but you are not going to wash away the issue of succession just like that. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. Farai Marapira, who is the director of information, says there is no succession issue at the upcoming conference, but evidence points the other direction. So we will be watching to see what happens, but it's also Truguti Zanu PF must collapse, Zanu PF ngai parare, Zanu PF ngai pere, because takamira pamkomana, takamira patava takamira. Truguti mukomana ari kufanira kuti atungamirire nyika yeZimbabwe. We need change in the nation of Zimbabwe, and we need a true change in the nation. So you never realize that change Zanu PF, as long as Zanu PF exists. Saka the whole issue is let Zanu PF disintegrate, let Zanu PF collapse, then Zimbabwe moves forward.